let's open the book to page 220. Today's lesson is on how to solve mixture problems. Okay, so mixture problem is when you're mixing items together. That's why it's called mixture problem. Whenever you have mixture problem, a good way to do it is by making a table to organize all your information. So the table that you're going to make will be on page 221, on top of page 221. So when you make the table for the mixture problem, you want to make a 4x4 table. Now the way to make 4x4 table is you draw a big rectangle, okay, and then you cut in half, and you cut in half, right? Then you cut in half again, cut in half again, and you cut in half again, cut in half again, right? So that will give you a nice 4x4 table. Okay. Then now next you need to do is put down the headings. Okay. So this will be your first item. Okay, and this will be your second item, and this will be the mix. Down here, this will be your cost. So I'm just use capital letter, so you can just write down C. Okay, and A is for amount, and T will be for total. So easy way to remember is cat. Okay. And the way to remember is cat mix. Think about, when you have to feed a cat, right? If you have a cat at home and time for, to feed a cat, and you get the cat mix to feed a cat. So again, you want to come up with a crazy story to help you to memorize things, okay? So cat mix, right? So mixture problem. Now, the cost means how much per item. So whenever you see the word per, it goes on here. And again, think about cat per, right? So think about per, okay? Cat per. So again, that will help you to memorize things, okay? So when you see the word per, it goes on the cost. Okay, so now let's go to example 1. So let's go to example 1. Let's go on the bottom. So this is the table that you're going to make for each one. Okay. Okay. So let's go to example 1. Now, when you have the word problem, first you need to do is read the problem to get an idea of what type is it. Remember that we're going to do 8 different types, right? So you need to know what type of the word problem this is. So go and read. So it says a wholesaler is making up a 50 pounds mixture. So word mixture right away tells you that it's a mixture problem. Okay, so right away you're going to make a table, right? Make a big box, and again you cut in half, 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 cut in half. See, nice 4 and 4, 4x4 table, right? So again, it's going to be a cat. Okay, and then again across over here is what are you mixing, right? So here is the mix. So now you go and read, right? A wholesaler is making up a 50 pounds mixture of 2 kinds of coffee. Brand A costs $3.30 per pound, and brand B. So again, you read it, so you're going to mixing the A and the B, right? So you're mixing brand A and brand B to get a mix. Okay, now let's go back and read. Now, so let's start over. So when you're doing a word problem, you have to read it several times. Okay, one is to see what type of problem this is. Then after you make the table, and you have to read it again to figure out what are you mixing. So get your heading first before you start to fill in the numbers. Okay, so let's go back and start to fill in the numbers. So don't skip any numbers. So it says a wholesaler is making a 50 pounds mixture. So 50 pounds will go to mixture, right? Amount is how many pounds or how many ounces or whatever. That's amount, right? And again, it's a mix, so it goes over here, right? Amount of mix is 50 pounds. The next one, it says brand A costs $3.30 per pound. Remember what I say, right? When you see the word per, it goes on here, right? So brand A costs $3.30 per pound. So $3.30 per pound. Brand B costs $3.70 per pound. Right? Again, brand B per pound, right? It says how many pounds of each. So you can call this I'm going to use, instead of using X and Y, I'm just going to use A and B. Okay? So brand A amount, you don't know. That's what you're going to figure out. How many pounds for brand A, how many pounds for brand B. Okay? And it says, you keep reading, it says how many pounds of each kind of coffee to be used. If the mixture is cost $3.58 per pound. So mixture per pound is $3.58. Okay? So that's all the information you have. Now you're going to ready to do the problem. Okay? Now, nice thing about mixture problem is that the middle number will be always on the end. See the mix? Right? You're always going to mix something and you get something in between. Okay? Just like when you mix hot water and cold water, you're going to get something in between. You get warm water, right? You will never get, the lowest number will never go over here. The highest number will never go over here, right? Just think about it, right? Is it possible to mix cold water and warm water to get hot water? No, right? Okay? Is it possible to mix warm water and hot water to get cold water? No, right? You see that? So the final result is always the middle number. So the middle number will always the final result. So if it's not, that means you're doing something wrong. Okay, now next thing what we're going to do is we're going to finish up the table. Okay? So you have 330 per pound times number of pounds will give you the total. So it'd be 3.3A. The brand B is 370 per pound, and you got this many number of pounds. So you multiply, it will give you the total cost. Okay? And the mix, again, same thing. You got 358 per pound, and you got 50 pounds. So the total would be, again, you get your calculator and you multiply out. So this one, make sure you bring calculator. Okay? You're going to be needing the calculator. So go and multiply out. So you got 3.58 times by 50. You get 179. So you multiply down the column and you go across adding. Okay. So again, when you mix, right? Mix. How are you going to mix things? You mix things by adding it, right? So again, when you're mixing things, you're adding it together to mix, right? So that means you got brand A, brand B to get that, right? Again, you make these two together to get a mix. So that's your first equation. So you're going to get A plus B equal to 50. Again, you're mixing these two together to get that. Okay? And the cost would be the same. So again, you add across. So you're going to get 3.3A plus 3.7B equal to 179. Okay? Okay, so now you're ready to solve equations. So you got two equations. Again, what you want to do is you want to eliminate the lower number. So you multiply by negative 3.3. So you're going to get negative 3.3A minus 3.3B equal to, get your calculator, again, work it out. So you're going to get negative 165. Then you put underneath, like what we've been doing. Okay, and you add to eliminate the A by using elimination method. And then you divide by 0.4, divide by 0.4. So B equal to B equal to 35 pounds. And then I'm going to use this equation because this is the easiest equation to solve for A. So A plus 35 pounds. Again, whatever you substitute, put in the parentheses, so that way people know what are you, what is being substituted. So minus 35 minus 35. So A equal to 15 pounds. Okay, and that's it. You're done. Okay. So if you don't understand, just hang in there. We're going to go over a few more examples and it will make more sense. But make sure you pay attention and follow closely. Okay, so let's go to example 2. Okay, let's go to example 2. on page 222. Again, let's go and read the problem first. It says a 10-pound mixture of walnuts and almond costs $35.20. Again, so you see the word mixture. Right away, you know it's a mixture problem. So we're going to make a table for mixture problem. Again, that's how you make the 4x4, right? So a rectangle, you cut in half, and you cut in half again, cut in half again. So you cut in half, cut in half, cut in half, right? So that's how you make the 4x4. So again, it's going to be CAT. And you have to figure out what is being mixed. So it tells you that it's mixing walnuts and almond. So W for walnuts and A for almond. Okay, and let's go and read. So it says a 10-pound mixture. So it's 10 pounds and it's for mixture. So that means it goes over here, right? Amount is how many pounds? So 10 pounds for the mixture. So it goes over here. And next one it says the mixture of walnuts and almond costs $35.20. So did you see the word per? No, right? There's no word per. That means the total. So the 35.20 goes down here because it does not say per pound. It says a mixture. The whole thing costs $35.20. So it goes over here. Now, because they give you the total, so you don't need this spot. The reason that you need this is so you can multiply to get the total. But since they will give you the total, so you don't need this one over here. So you don't need that. Okay. Now let's continue to read. It says if the walnuts cost $4.50 per pound. So walnut costs $4.50 per pound. Again, when you see the word per, it's the cost. That's the unit cost. It goes on top. And continue to read. It says almonds cost $3.10 per pound. So almond costs $3.10 per pound. Next one, it says how many pounds. So you're looking for how many pounds of each. So you're looking for the walnuts and almonds. Okay, so walnuts and almonds. You need to figure out how many pounds of that are in a mixture. So that's all the information you have. So now your next step is to finish up the table. Again, you got $4.50 per pound times the number of pounds will give you total. So this would be 4.5 W. Now you go to the almonds. Okay, you got $3.10 per pound times number of pounds, it will give you the total. So once you finish the table, you're going to write your equation. Okay, now to write the equation by just looking at a table, if there's a variable, that would be your equation. Okay, so you got this many pounds and this many pounds, you mix together, so that's your equation. So you got W plus A equal to 10. And then over here, you're going to get 4.5 W plus 3.1 A equal to 35.20. So now you're going ready to solve. So again, you want to eliminate the lower number, right? So multiply by negative 3.1. So you're going to get negative 3.1 W minus 3.1 A equal to negative 31. Then you put underneath. Then when you add, this will cancel out. So you're going to get 1.4 W equal to 4.20 divided by 1.4 divided by 1.4. So W equal to 3 pounds. So once you do that, you come over here, you try to find out the almond. So you got 3 plus A equal to 10. So minus 3 minus 3. So A equal to 7 pounds. Okay, and that's it. So again, every problem you're going to do exactly the same step. Okay. So again, let's go and go one more example. Let's go and do one more example. Let's go to example 3. So again, every problem you just make the table and you just fill in the information and do exactly the same step, same process. Okay, so let's go to page 223. Example 3. So again, let's go and read the problem. It says Mrs. Reed needs to mix 20 pounds of, again, right away you see the word mix. So you don't even have to read anymore. You know it's a mixture problem. So again, make a table. make a big, nice rectangle, and cut in half. Then you cut in half again, cut in half, and over here cut in half, then you cut in half, cut in half. Right? So that's how you get 4 by 4. Again, you're going to get CAT. Again, the C is the cost, right? So when you see the word per, it goes on there, right? Now, again, go back and read. What is she mixing? She is mixing 20 pounds of macadamia nuts and pecans. Okay? So macadamia nuts and pecans to get the mix. Again, now let's go back and start filling the numbers. So Mrs. Reed needs to mix 20 pounds of macadamia nuts. So 20 pounds is for macadamia nuts. Okay, so 20 pounds of macadamia nuts. That costs 18 per pound. Right, so again, 20 pounds of macadamia nuts, that costs 18 per pound. With pecan, that costs $5.40 per pound. How many pounds of pecan? So again, how many pounds? So it means you don't know. So you have to put in a variable. So I'm going to put P, right? So how many pounds of pecan should she use if the mixture is to cost $6.48 per pound? So mixture is $6.48 per pound. Okay, so that's all the information. So again, when you mix, you're adding, right? So you mix these two together, so this would be 20 plus P. Okay, so this would be 20 plus P. So that, again, you mix this together. So that's how many pounds you're going to get. So now you're going to figure out the cost, the total cost. So it's 18 per pound, and there are 20 pounds. So you're going to multiply, right? So 18 per pound times by 20 pounds, it will give you a total of $162. This one, you multiply, you're going to get 5.4p. Right? Again, you always multiply down. You always add across. So this one, when you multiply, the square is a little bit too small. So go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. That's okay. Okay, so 6.48 times 20 equal. So you know it's going to be 129.6 plus 6.48p. Okay? Okay, so let's go and write the equation. Now, if you notice, there's only one variable. There's only one variable, so all you need is one equation. And the equation would be the last entry you have. So this is the last blank, so you can use this to write your equation. So you got 162 plus 5.4p equal to 129.6 plus 6.48p. So you have only one equation, so this one you just go and solve, right? So that's going to move the variable to one side. So I'm going to minus 5.4p minus 5.4p. So this will cancel out. And I'm going to move the number to the left hand side. So I'm going to minus 129.6 minus 129.6. So this cancels out, right? Again, we learned all these, right? So go ahead and figure this out. So 162 minus 129.6. So I get 32.4 equal this one. I get 1.08p. So okay, so then you divide by 1.08, divide by 1.08. So p equal to 30 pounds. So pecan is 30 pounds, and that's it. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.